Hey guys, it's Melissa. I haven't been on here in a little while, but tonight I thought I'd make a cheeseburger casserole type of dish. I just looked up a few recipes on YouTube, watched a few people make one, and I'm just gonna put my own twist on it. I've never done it before, but I'm gonna do it here, and honestly, that's how I roll. Whenever I go to a party, I always make something I've never made before and bring it, which isn't the smartest thing to do, but that's what I do. I do not know why. So it's something very simple. It should come together easy. I have a pound of organic grass-fed beef in my skillet, and I'm going to start browning that right now, I guess. Here we go. And let me get my tool that I use to do this is in the dishwasher. I just started the dishes. It was full. I have all the dishes in there. So hopefully they'll be done soon. I don't know. Might have to go to the store and get some paper plates. Nope. Well, yes. All I have is 2 little saucers left to eat on. Actually, I'm not even hungry tonight. I did eat a bowl of cereal when I got home from work, and then I took a nice little nap. I was watching YouTube, took a nap while I was watching YouTube, and woke up, and now I'm like, all right, I have energy. Ended up taking my daily pills when I got home, and then a vitamin B12. I'm hoping that doesn't keep me up. I just started taking that because I didn't realize it's good for energy levels if your energy is low. So I'm starting to take that. It dissolves on your tongue, which I'm glad about because I'm sick of... I'm not crazy about swallowing pills every day. I just don't like it, but hey, it's something you got to do to live, I guess. So you're gonna brown that, and then I'm putting it in my skillet that has a lid, and it can go in the oven. You can also do it in a cast iron skillet if you have one of those that goes from the stove top to in the oven, which is really convenient. Or you can just make some of it in the skillet on top of your stove and then put it in a casserole dish to finish cooking in the oven. But I like these one dish meals. And so I'm gonna put that on there. So I'm browning that ground beef. And now I chopped up some onions over here, just a yellow onion, whatever you have on hand. I'm gonna be using some cheddar cheese. Okay. This cheddar cheese. Look how big this is. It's as big as my face, and it was bigger. I told my husband I was making something a few weeks ago. I forgot what it was, and I needed some cheese. Oh, it was for Super Bowl Sunday. And actually the dip I made, I'm sorry to my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law. I made this dish at their Super Bowl party. It was not good. Yeah, see, I never made it before, and then I made it that day. It did not come out well. And if you see this video go up on YouTube, it's because it was good. If it's not good, I'm not going to be putting it up. So while that's browning, I'm going to turn it down just so I can talk. Oh, yeah, that was on high. When you have one of these enameled cast iron skillets, you never want to cook on high heat because it damages the skillet. You cook everything on low heat, and for some reason, it does still cook because of the way it's made. It still cooks. You don't have to have it on high. And obviously, you never want to use any metal on it. So, this cheese, it was like this big when he brought it home. I just needed like a regular block of cheese, but he was at the store and he didn't want to go to another store. And so this is all they had. The dang thing was huge. I had to share it with some people. Like, what? It's gonna go back. He says, no, you can put it in the freezer. I don't know. Can you put this huge block cheese in the freezer? And if you do, how long is it gonna take to thaw out? I don't know. It's kind of nuts. But anyway, I have it and I have to use it. So that's in the skillet. I'm gonna add this onion. I saved you the agony of watching me chop onion, because who doesn't know how to chop an onion? Just don't chop your finger off. So there goes that. And then we are going to, but I am going to chop up some potato to put in there. So what I'm going to do with this hamburger casserole is I'm going to make it like a taco style. We'll see how that comes out. Because that's what, when I was watching one of the ladies make this, she goes, you can add taco seasoning with cheddar cheese to make it like Mexican style. So I'm down with that. I'm going to put like a tablespoon, I guess, of garlic. I love me some garlic. It's easier than doing fresh. So just mix that around. There we go. Let me tell you, I'm gonna miss my gas oven. We're downsizing, and I have a really good feeling the rental house that we're gonna be renting for a little while until we find some more property. I bet you 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be electric, which is fine. That's what I grew up with. But I'm just gonna have to learn how to cook on that again, because it is a little bit different. But I do love gas. So I am going to put, so you just follow whatever the, you know, what it says on the back of your taco seasoning. This is McCormick taco seasoning right there. So I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons. Okay, let's mix that around. All right. Oh, and with about 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup of water. It says 3/4 cups on the seasoning packet, but I'm going to be putting small diced potatoes on top of this casserole, and you're going to want to have it covered in liquid when it goes in the when it cooks. Okay, so this is what it looks like now with the ground beef, onions, and garlic. And now I'm gonna dice up the potatoes, and you're gonna wanna do it small pieces so it cooks up quickly. So what I'm gonna do, and you don't have to do it this way, is I'm gonna cook half of it on top of the stove and cook half of the time you're going to cook it in the oven. This way you can cook it quicker. So this way it's not in the oven as long. If you put the raw diced potatoes on top, then your cheese, and then put it in the oven, you're going to have to let that cook for like an hour or maybe even over an hour, so those potatoes are soft. These are just russet potatoes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna dice these up small, and then I'm gonna mix it into the ground beef. And then I'm going to let it cook on top of the stove, probably on low to medium heat for about 15 minutes. I did not have to drain my ground beef because it is a lean ground beef, a leaner of a cut of ground beef, so I love doing that, so I don't have to drain it. That's just one less step I need to do, and I'm down for that. I have to say, I like to cook. I don't love to cook. I do it because my family needs to eat. But honestly, if it was just me, I probably wouldn't be cooking that much. I think I'd be having a lot of cereal. So I'm just gonna put these potatoes right on top. And you're gonna wanna season the potatoes too. When you're adding like a main ingredient to a dish, you'll always wanna season that main ingredient. It looks like I need more potatoes. That was three medium to large potatoes. I'm gonna do one more, which makes sense because there's 4 of us. So a little bit while I'm dicing the potatoes of what I'm doing. I'm still training. For the half marathon, I think it's April 27th or something like that in Nashville. And we did 8 miles this past weekend. I can't believe it. Even when I say it, I can't believe it. And it was hard. I'm not going to lie. While I was doing it, it was hard. But when, so this is about the size of the diced potato that I did. So they cook quickly and you don't have hard potatoes. That would not be yummy. So yeah, I did the 8 miles, and when it was all said and done, holy moly, I was in pain. My knee, just a little bit, my left knee, but it was mostly my hips. My hips do give me a rough go because I have a type of job where, preschool teacher, I'm on my feet all day. Actually, I registered at like 7,100 steps just at work today in a small classroom. So that to me is a little crazy pants. So this is what it looks like now with the potatoes. I'm going to add, I'm going to continue my story for a bit more taco seasoning on these potatoes. Okay. It was probably like 1 more tablespoon. No, it wasn't I'd say 2 teaspoons worth. So I'm just going to mix up the ground beef and the potatoes. And I will probably add a little more water because I do not want this sticking together while it's cooking on top of the stove for 15 minutes. So after I'm done cooking it for 15 minutes, it's going to go in the oven for another 15 minutes. But like I said, if you're just going to cook the ground beef, then put your diced potatoes on top with your liquid and everything, and then put it in the oven like that, you're going to have to cook it for at least an hour, I'm thinking. So you're kind of like just cutting your time in half, making it this way. Let me just add a little bit more water. I'm thinking cream in this might be good too. There we go. And I'll show you what that looks like. See how you can see the water inside? Okay. So now it's time to grate this hunk of cheese. There it is. The huge mass of cheese. Oh my gosh. Jeepers creepers. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. All right. I don't think I'm using all this cheese, but I'm wondering if I should wait to put this cheese on top. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll just put it on before it goes in the oven. That's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do. Yep. So I'm just gonna cover this right now the way it is and let that cook on top of the stove for 15 minutes. Hey Google, timer for 15 minutes.
All right, 15 minutes. Starting now.
Okay. Well, but after the race, my hips were in a lot of pain. And my knee was like hurting and I could barely walk. My friend and I, we went to Playa Bowls to get like an acai bowl, or I actually got a smoothie. They put blueberries, chocolate protein powder. What else did they put? In a banana. What else? And some peanut butter. I don't know what kind of peanut butter, but it was so good. So that was very yummy after the run. But then I left with Michael to go look at different rental homes, and I didn't even think of taking some ibuprofen before I left. I don't know, I wasn't thinking. So we're walking around and I'm like I don't know, I was in such pain. And then I came home and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have taken some ibuprofen. And I came home, took some, and then it was a lot better. I could walk fine. I took 3 or 4 like 200 milligrams of ibuprofen, and I felt a lot better. And then I went out that night with the girls. One of my friends had like a spaghetti dinner, and we played. What did we play? Oh, we played Farkle, and we played something else before that. Oh, headbands. That was a fun game. So we had fun. It was nice to see them. And then the next morning I woke up and I took some more ibuprofen because my hips, they weren't hurting as much. I probably could have done it without the ibuprofen, but why be in pain, you know? So I took some more. I think I only took 3 that time. And then I was fine this morning. I was a little sore, but nothing. I didn't take any ibuprofen this morning. So this is now the second day after we ran. And so I did not take any this morning, but when I got back from work after walking 7,000 steps, my hips were hurting again. So I took some ibuprofen and took a nap. And I feel a lot better now. And I feel I can walk fine. I actually, on the way to our friend's house, one of my friends picked me up. And, you know, we were talking and I had mentioned, like, what do you girls think about downgrading to a 10K instead of the half marathon? Honestly, is it a 10K? Yeah, it's a 10K. So it's only like, a 10K is only 6 miles. And I really don't want to do that. I wish they had, like, some of them have 13K, I think it is, which would be nice. I believe that would be around 10 miles. I don't know. I think that's what I don't know. I wish there was an in-between spot between the 6 miles and the 13 miles. That's a big spread, but there isn't. And because I would go with that, because 6 miles to me right now will be easy. It'll be easy. And actually, if I end up being too much in pain, or if I feel like I'm going to get hurt, I will go down to a 10K, and I'll still be proud of myself. But what I'll probably do to make it a little harder for myself is to give myself a time. And so sometimes a few miles here and there, I make it under a 13-minute mile. And so I would probably do something like that. Maybe if I ran a 10K, I would try to make myself go, make sure I'm doing mostly 14 minutes and under, or 15 minutes and under for the whole thing. But for an average, because a lot of times you run a little bit faster the first few miles and you get slower. For me right now, that's how it is, because my hips are hurting. So I'm not losing any weight whatsoever. I'm still taking creatine. I'm still taking my hormones, which I don't want to quit taking that because I feel good taking it. I was on Zepbound before I started all this stuff, before I got on hormones. And that's the shot, the trizipatide. I don't know if it's called trizipatide. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's called the Zepbound. And because I have sleep apnea, my condition is like medium. I don't have it mildly, and I don't have it really bad, but I'm like in the middle. But I still have sleep apnea, and so I'll snore and stuff. So Zepbound is for people with that. So it was approved by my doctor. So I stopped taking that when I went on my hormones, because I just didn't want to take all that new medication right away to my body. And I'm just making sure that's still running. Yes, it is. And I think I'm going to go back on the Zepbound, because honestly, I do love to run. I'm actually at a place now where I can run for a longer period of time. I can run for a long period of time and not be winded. And it feels amazing, because when I first started running, I was very winded. It was hard to catch my breath. And a big part of that is, if you're going to start to run, do a breathing exercise. It just takes a minute or two, and you just breathe deeply in through your nose and forcefully out your mouth, and do that a few times. Like, I don't know, I probably do it a good 5 or 6 times before I start my run. It kind of gives your lungs, the capacity to breathe better. It works for me anyway, and I can run for a long period of time, and I love it. And I love the way it makes me feel. After a run, if I wasn't in pain, I would love it, and I know I would. So I think I'm going to continue. I'm going to try to get on the Zepbound again, because I got off of it. I only did it for, I think, 6 weeks, and then I got off of it. But now I think I'm ready to go back on it. My doctor should approve it. I talked to the nurse practitioner today. I've been seeing the same doctor for a very long time, and I do trust them. And so I really hope my doctor says, I haven't gotten approval from her yet. And hopefully my insurance will still cover me, which they should, because I haven't lost anything. I still have sleep apnea. Why they shouldn't, but who knows, because insurance, you never know with this day and age what they're going to cover and what they don't. There's also like a coupon code. So not only did they cover it for me, I was able to get a coupon code. So it only costed me like $30 a month. Sometimes $40 a month, which I don't think that's bad at all for that injection. But I really feel losing some weight while I'm working out will help me not be so much in pain when I run, because you just feel like, I know I've learned that in the past when I used to work out all the time and when I was a teenager, is that, you know, with all this extra weight, even if you're just 10 pounds away, which I'm more than 10 pounds overweight, I feel like I want to lose like 25, 30 pounds, and then I would be at a good weight. My knees will be better. My hips won't hurt, I feel like, when I run. And then there'll be no stopping me. I do like working out with weights. I like doing that, so that's not a problem. I think that's very important when you're taking these shots, that you're working out and you're building muscle, because when you're taking these shots, it gets rid of your muscle, and it doesn't get rid of it, but it depletes your muscle and your bones. And that is the last thing I want at my age. I don't want to fall and get hurt, and my hips already hurt. I don't need to hurt some more. So that's what has been going on. So I'll keep you up to date on if I'm going to continue on this journey. My oldest son, he's doing the marathon with me, and he's like, Mom, you said you were going to do it. Come on, let's do it. And so I'm like, well, I'm twice your age, son. He doesn't understand. I totally get it. I was that age before, but I mean, so we will see. I think I'm going to do it. And so another little bit of information, this weekend, I'm going to sign up tonight. My friends had signed up for the another marathon that's in town, and it's 9 miles. And so, and we have to do, it's time this week. It just so happens we are due for a 9-mile run. So it's perfect timing. I really didn't want to pay for another marathon, because how much? It was over $100, I think, the rock and roll marathon, which is okay. It goes to a great cause. And this one that I'm going to be doing is for a great cause too. It's for special needs kids. My husband must be home. Oh my gosh. Now you hear my doggies. I'm sure you hear their paws behind me. Seriously? Oh my gosh, they're crazy. Hey, what are you doing? Whippy, what's she doing? Is Daddy home? Let's take a look. Yeah, there's Sadie looking out the window over there. There's Sparky, the yellow lab, working out the window there. And Whippy running around. What are you doing? Oh my gosh, he's home. So, actually, hey Google, timer off.
All right, the timer is canceled.
So, that is hot. Let's see how this looks. Let me put it closer. There we go. Oh, ooh. Oh no, it's sticking a little bit. I'm glad I'm stirring it. I'm going to get a fork and see the tenderness of these potatoes are. And I'm going to wipe up. When I opened the lid, water spilled on the floor. Oh my God. Every time my hips hurt, I think of the song, Your Hips Don't Lie. I forget, what's her name who sings that? Wherever, whatever, meant to be together. What is her name? Your hips don't lie. I used to listen to it with my preschoolers all the time and dance. I really liked her. What is her name? Let's see if these are soft a little bit. Huh, they're getting soft. I say a couple more minutes. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more water to it. I'm going to let that cook for a few more minutes. Gosh, this is a long video. Oh, wow. I'm sorry for making it so long, but you can just have my videos playing in the background. Seriously, dude? Whippy. Shh. Quiet. Thank you. All right. Actually, what I'm going to do is add the cheese now. I don't know how much this is. I didn't measure. Oh my gosh. Whippy. Dad's going to be in a minute. I'm not putting a lot of cheese because my son, he still eats cheese even though he's intolerant. He takes those little lactase pills so he can have some dairy. I might just do a little bit more because he still eats pizza and stuff like that. So I'm just going to do this. Hold on. Here we go. Whoop. So we will see with this marathon how I do. I haven't done a marathon probably since my teenage years or in my 20s back in Rhode Island. Okay. I am going to put the oven on at 350. And let that go for like 15 minutes in the oven. And it should be all set to go. And if you see this video, that'll be good. That means it was good. All right, love you guys. We'll talk soon.